Yeah, I've been. It took me a long time to decide if I was gonna stream tonight or today. Uh, the reason for why I was thinking about it for such a long time is that I don't really have a defined goal. I know what I'm going to be working on. So I wanted to, but I wanted to stream it anyway. So it took me a while to figuring out like how I could like name the stream and things like that. So uh, hopefully I'll be able to do something cool and hopefully someone visits. So I'm going to write on Twitter that this is happening. Work. I'm writing the tweet right now. Doing a game dev live stream right now. I'm working on some tools using Bazel and Unreal Engine to do CI things. Casual. Yeah, so I'm always I'm always like trying to kind of yeah, I can do one thing. I'm doing a casual game dev live stream right now, working on Bazel and Unreal Engine. Should I tag Unreal Engine? Yeah, let's do that. And Unreal Engine. Feel free to come and say hi. I'll do my best not to get flustered. People comment. And a smiley face. And then I'm gonna do a link to the stream. This is fantastic content, I know. Here we go. Live stream is here. Fantastic content. We post it here and all right. So this is it. Okay, so let's start. So I have the code here in front of me. I haven't done a lot of Bazel stuff in a while, but I wanted to fix that. So so basically, what I want to do is I have this Unreal project here. This is the stuff that we're working on at Arctic Theory. The working title for our live prototype is called Project On. So I'd already written some code where I was able to do I was able to dump out of an Unreal project. Let's see, dump out of an Unreal project some information about all of the assets. So I wanted to get that up and running in this project here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can find my old project. This was in one of the, so I called it Bazel Unreal Rules. So I was always thinking about doing it so that the rules were going to be external and do kind of cool things like that. But I think it's more important just to get this stuff running in the beginning, and then once it's running, then I can think about how I distribute it and things like that. Okay, so I feel like I found the file, so I'm gonna go here into tools and I'm gonna do Bazel rules, and I'm going to, let's check this out here, and one more file that I'm looking at. Oh, yep, yeah, I want these two here. So okay, so I'm gonna copy. I have these two files here. Did I made a folder, right? Didn't I make a folder? Under tools, new folder, Bazel rules. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so let's just get rid of this. And let's make a new folder called Bazel rules. Here we go. And I'm gonna just open this up in a new window here and paste in the files. And they're called native rules and content rules. So first thing that I'm gonna do is just trying to figure out, let's minimize this here and minimize this here. So we have a little bit more space. So first thing that I'm gonna do is, let's see. Yeah, first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and remember what this does. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, maybe we just try and add this to begin with. Okay, so we have a build file in here in the in our tools folder here, but the workspace itself is actually at the root of the project. So I can just go ahead and let's go into the build file in tools. So tools are here. Here we go. So this is the build file that I'm interested in. I just have, I'm gonna get rid of this here. I just have the build game kind of tool. It's a Python binary. So let's see, close this here. So I just installed Basilisk, which is kind of cool because it downloads the Bazel version for me. So I have my project set up here using Bazel, and I'm using the latest release candidate. I think it's 5.3. So I'm going to do build, and then I'm going to point it to our project. So this is the root of the project. It's going to be tools. Tools is a package. So build game is here. All right. So it's starting the server. Pretty cool. Doing stuff. So it's building my Python file. Okay, cool. So I'm going to try and get my package here that I just added. So this @ symbol means that this is an external package. So I just added a BCL file here. Let's see, called Unreal Native Rules, and I'm importing requirements from that. So let's just get rid of all of this here. Basically all of this here. So now we just have to point to the package. So we do workspace root tools, and this is inside of the tools package, and then we do semicolon, and now this gets interesting, and then we do bazel rules / unreal content rules.bcl. So I kind of don't know if this is going to work. I mean, if this doesn't work, I can always just throw in a build file in here and make this a package. But let's see if this works. So it's the content rules, and if I break this, take this out here. So the rules here we have inject get project overview, and this should just work. I can't remember how this works. Okay, so so let's just see if this runs. So get project overview. It has steps and a build tool. What's the build tool? The executable build tool. Okay. Okay, but what does this do? Run commandlet. Yeah, so this one is actually much more fun. Engine executable, project file, the commandlet, the argument, and the asset files. All right. So I'm gonna get the Unreal Native rules. I was probably being very clever when I made this the first time. So Unreal Native rules instead. So I'm gonna do Unreal. Instead of content rules, I'm gonna do native rules, and I am going to do. I want to get run commandlet. Okay, so we built. Okay, nothing. Yeah, we haven't done anything. So we do run commandlet. That's what we installed. Name equals run me, and let's see what else we need. Engine executable. Okay, so I don't think any of this is required. And then I'm gonna do tools run me. Did I do run me? Run me. Okay, so okay, so this works. So the import itself. Let's go to output here. Terminal. Sorry. Oh, okay. So it seems like run me works, but yeah, obviously it's complaining because here we go. Yep, this is the one, and so it's complaining here inside of the wall. So, and that makes sense because we haven't really given it anything yet. So let's find these it needs an engine executable. Let's just take all of this here and paste it here. We need an engine executable. We need a project file. And we need the commandlet itself. Arguments are probably not something that we need, and then the asset files itself. You can just say no asset files here. Okay, so I think this is it. So now we have all of the arguments here. So engine executable, this is probably going to be, let's take a look at the code here. So native rules, run commandlet implementation, that's here. So this is a command that we do, path file, okay. Yeah, I wasn't super happy with this, but okay, so here I'm doing engine plus project path. So executable engine executable. So I'm going to check the other project to see how this was used. So I wonder if I can yeah, I guess I can just add the folder to the workspace. Like, that's kind of cool. So I'm going to do bazel Unreal rules. Here we go. And now I should have the old code here. Okay. So is this it? Tools, rules, native rules. Yeah, because the rules are here. And then this is the workspace stuff, and the build file is here. Right. So so this isn't actually the one that we want. Remove from workspace. I want the Unreal project that's doing this. So bazel test project here. So I think this is the one that's going to use the run commandlet here. And here we go. Yes. So this is just kind of getting back to figuring out what I was doing earlier. So I need to point it out. I need to point this to the correct place. So let's go here. This is going to be stored in the not inside of the tools, but inside of the project here. And we can get rid of this here. Yeah, so I already have some of this set up. That's cool. So I'm not going to use the packaging. The project is here. Okay, and let's take a look at the workspace. We're not using the rules. That's fine. But let's see if we're doing Unreal Engine. Like, how is it going to know where Unreal Engine is? Yeah, local repository here. Right. So here's one of the things that I'd love to be able to do. Maybe I'll. And I wonder how this works. I'm going to do a how to read environment variable from the workspace. Maybe I do something like this and something like this. Yep, that's kind of cool. So how do I read an environment from the workspace? So this is so right now I have this this hard coded here. Okay, so this is the workspace. I'm just going to get rid of this. This is not going to get used. This is not going to get used the way that I'm doing it. This here is the Unreal Engine part here. Okay, so we call this Unreal Engine. So this needs the Unreal Engine build file that I have in the other project. And let's see if I can't find that. If I remember correctly, then it's really simple. Work. Bazel. Unreal rules. UE5 engine build. Okay, so under tools, I wonder if I can do that. So I'm gonna paste this in here. So I'm not sure now if this is going to cause. So I put the Unreal Engine build file here into this folder, and I'm gonna say that the build file is now at the root workspace, and we call this the root workspace. That's fine. So then we say we're not gonna do we're gonna do root tools semicolon. It's called a semicolon. Bazel rules, and then it's called slash this, and the path to this file is going to be, just see where Unreal Engine is stored on my machine. So just gonna hard code it for now, but this is the thing that I'm thinking about like a lot, where like how do I make this reusable and stuff like that. So let's see, epic UE for epic work, epic UE5. So C work epic UE5. Okay, so this should work. All right. So okay, so now we have this. So let's see what happens here. Okay, invalid label. That's fine. So it's called Unreal Engine in the workspace file. We're doing a build here. Are we inside of tools now? Yeah. Okay. So let's move this code into the build file. Yeah. So this here should actually be in the in another file. So let's take this out, and in the root of the project itself. So this one here. I think this can go, and we put this in here, so it goes into root tools bazel. Okay, and then we see the Unreal project root. This is going to be root workspace project on game. Okay, so this is correct, and then this is probably correct as well, and then I can go into our tools. So the problem was that I was trying to make my build file here, but it was on the wrong spot. So I'm doing stuff inside of the actual game. So do it here, engine executable. Let's take a look at our example project. So it looks like this. So this is the Unreal executable, this is the Unreal project file, and this is the command that we run. So let's just see what happens if we do bazel. Is that a thing? Yeah. So we do build, and then we're going to do root project game semicolon, and then the validation here. Okay. All right. So something is happening. I can't believe that this is working. This is amazing. So something is happening. Let's just take a look at our progress bar here and see if it's actually doing something. Okay, anti-malware, that's fun. So Unreal Engine has started, and it's writing a bunch of stuff to disk. So so something is happening, even though we're not seeing the result. So this should only take a few seconds. Let's see, and the the CPU is being used by the anti-malware thingy. The live coding is doing something. This is fun. So let's let this finished. So basically what this is supposed to do is this effectively just runs a commandlet that's called data validation, and it saves the output of this. Should just be the just a text file here that contains the results of the data validation itself. And my thinking with this was that now you can write whatever kind of, you can write yeah, all sorts of tools with the run commandlet thing. So just if you want to do, if you want to run a commandlet with Bazel, you would do it like this. You would just give it the name of the commandlet. It takes an argument and it takes the project file and the executable here. It's actually kind of interesting that this is just passed in as a string, but and then here I just call it Unreal Commandlet Data Validation. So kind of missing my Threadripper, but stuff's happening. I haven't run this project on this machine in a while, so it's probably compiling something. Or maybe it's just busy doing what I asked it. It says, I wonder how this is, how the stream is gonna be affected by this. So let's let this stop. And I mean, I'm hoping that once I run this, because I'm not passing in any kind of input files to the bazel command, that it's not going to redo it. It's just going to think I've already done this, so so you can just keep going. So it should only happen once. So while this is running, maybe I can take a look at the other stuff that I copied here into tools. Go into tools. So here we go, the bazel rules. So this seemed to work. So convert. Right. How was I doing this? So running commandlet, that's a really good one. So compiling the blueprint one, like that was a fun one. Maybe we get that one up and running as well. Just hard code something in. Takes the engineering project file, the blueprint, and a unique identifier. Why? Yeah, what was the unique? Because I was running into issues where declare the run file is being, yeah. So because in some cases the blueprints have the same name. So I think I was giving it a unique identifier here to just to make it run. So we can go in here into our build file that we have in the here. No, the project on build file, didn't I? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to try one quick thing. I'm going to mute myself and answer the phone because this is. Okay, so so this was fun. always trying to do this as casually as possible. So jumping away for a couple of minutes to take a phone call, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's still running. I mean, it's up to almost 400 seconds here. So let's take a look at this again. Yeah, I mean, the CPU is still going pretty kind of something is happening. So let's take a look at if we can just write a little bit more code. So here we actually imported the run commandlet command. Let's take a look at if we go into our example here. Let's see. This is under tools, which is here. The build rules, the content rules are here. And the native rules are here. And I think compiled blueprint is a native rule. Yep. And I like native. I'm saying native rule like this. It means anything. This is just something that I made up. So let's quickly take a look at adding this here. Yeah. Why? What is this file here? So this is probably, yeah, right. So this is a file here at the root of the oh, so here it finished. So we're not actually using this at all. So I'm going to delete it from the project. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so just for fun, let's try to run this again. Right, so it's going to tell you that the validation is done, and it doesn't need to be run again because we're not telling it that anything has changed. So here I'm going to put the compiled blueprints logic in. So I'm going to import compiled blueprints as well. Here we go. And let's take a look at what arguments that uses. Bazel rules, native rules, engine executable here, blueprints and a unique identifier. Yeah. So do we just copy this? Paste it here. So engine executable and project files are the same. So this is gonna be something like this. We need to give it a name. And I'm gonna say, and should probably be using the, what is it called? There's a like make project pretty thing that you can use, but I just yeah, bazel. I can't remember what it's called. It keeps popping up here, but I just don't have it installed here. So the blueprint itself is going to be a path, and then the unique identifier. Let's just give it a unique identifier, because I'm only going to set up one of them. Here, okay, so get rid of this here. So the blueprint that I'm going to use is, I'm going to go into my content folder, and let's just see, go into project Dawn, and let's just pick something that's unlikely to change a lot. So I'm looking for a player controller or a pawn. Characters, exosuit, no. So that's project Dawn is here. So collections, we really have to fix the naming convention of this project, but so blueprints are here. Building frameworks, framework exosuit. Yeah, here we go. It is called highlight actor. Yeah, let's do a highlight actor. Like that's actually a blueprint that I made, or at least contributed to. So let's say this is the path here. So we're going to do, blueprint is going to be root project on game, and this is the package, and then we're going to do content caps and project Dawn blueprint framework bp highlight actor.us. So and let's just do one for the unique ID 1. Okay, so and this is going to be compile underscore name of the actor. So I'm just trying to get into it again, remembering what I was doing, and let's do this with small non-capital letters. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do build. It's in the same project here. Compile. All right. We got an error saying that content is not a subpackage. This is true. So project Dawn is the subpackage here. So this was one of the things that took me the longest time to figure out. Okay, so project Dawn. Do these wrong? And okay, so project on. Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's read this. So project on, blah blah blah. In attribute blueprint, in compile blueprint, rule invalid target name. Target name. Okay, so cannot call this. So we do it like this. But if we do it like this, it's gonna say this is not a package. So project Dawn game. So we are running this from project on. This is not a package. Right. So it's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like root project. So this is the root. And we do project Dawn. And this is the package. Do we need a slash here? What? Okay, so target name cannot be called. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Is this happening because I deleted the build file from the root? Let's try adding it again. No, probably not. So here's a build file. We go in here. Okay, so we have we're at the root here, and we do bazel build root. We go into the folder called Project Dawn Game, and this folder is a package. Here we go, and this has something called compile highlight editor. Okay, so we're calling this, and then we say the blueprint that we're referencing is inside of content. What is it? What does it expect? Let's take a look in the actual rule itself. So we go into tools, we go into here. Okay, so first off, blueprint is a file. Okay, so I think I'm giving it a file. Path file, the blueprint name, we figure that out. So this is a file. Is content a package? Yes, it is. And here we have all of the logic that I did earlier. Look, so that's fun. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'd already done a bunch of this. Okay, fun. How about we see if this works? So basically, what I'd done earlier, it would seem, is that I don't need to do this here because the content file itself. So if we take a look at the content folder itself, it has a build file, and the build file has all of this like kind of auto-generated. This is stuff that I did earlier. Let's see if we can if we can compile any of these. So one of the things that we need to do is we just have to replace this here. Or maybe not. Maybe this just works. So then we do project.game / content semicolon, and we just do third person character. Let's see if there's anything here. Okay, so this is why, yeah, compiled blueprints doesn't exist. So we're gonna take this one and like this. So now compiled blueprints exists. Okay. Okay. Right. So now we just got an empty file because it looks like this was generated before the unique identifier thing was added in. It's just interesting. This is fun. It's gonna generate an empty text file. Yeah, but you can see here what I was trying to do earlier. So this here all was generated based on the file that we made earlier. So I was always thinking that you basically just generate just for every single blueprint that you have in your project, you would just generate an entry like this, and then you would just compile all of them. So here we go, compile all of them, and then anytime that anything changes, you just recompile them. So let's add the unique identifier into this, since it's probably what's going to, let's see. How do we go? Unique identifier here. Okay, and set it in here. Do equals. We just say name of the project and close parentheses and get rid of this one here. We do it again, and the rule has changed, which means that I am expecting this to work. Yep. So here so the name of the text file itself is going to be this unique identifier. That's probably something that we should change. Okay. So this is pretty cool. The problem is that I definitely want to run this. So this runs. That's pretty cool, and this is going to go into the output here. So here we go, and project on game and content, and then here we have the kind of log output that we get from the run, and this is analyzing all of the maps and stuff. And then at the end here, you can see that we do run the actual compile somewhere. See, the test started here, compile, and then we get completed successfully. So the blueprint actually compiles. So this is where we begin compile test for something. See, blueprint automation test, beginning compile test, like automation controller. Yeah, so in here somewhere we should be seeing the actual output of this text. Okay, cool. So we have this working. Yeah, we're gonna save this, and here's the other one. So let's take a look at some of the other stuff that we were doing earlier. Nice when you just figure out that all of the work has actually been done. Wasn't there's a movie where someone was trying to build like a space station or something, and everything just kind of got ruined, and then but the Chinese have actually done this in parallel. So which I thought was kind of cool. Okay, all right. So now we're going to take a look here at the content rules themselves. So this here is our build tool. And what is our build tool? Is inject blueprints at blueprints to build file. What is that? So get project overview here. Right, so these are some Python tools that that I need to move over, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I just want to make sure that that I can actually run this, get this running. So what we have now, we have a build file here at the root of the project here, which is just not needed, I think. So move to recycle bin. Let's do it again. Everything should be fine. Okay. So we have a build file and in tools that we're not using, but we're going to use them at some point. The rules are going to be here, and we have the content folder that has a build file and the project itself here. Yeah, so the project itself has the commandlet to do the data validation, so that makes sense. Cool. Okay. So I should be able to run this command. I should be able to run this command, and just for sake of something, I'm gonna say X did this. So we have validate data. So we can actually take a look at just to make sure that we have the file that we thought we were gonna get. So here and here and here. This is where we should get the data validation file, and that's going to be a pretty big file. But what's going to do is going to go through every single file in the project, and it's going to run validation on it. So, but what I'm using this for is just dumping out the name of the file or the path to the file, and the type of file that it is. So, so yeah, remember I had a Python tool earlier where I could basically just split this up into a JSON file, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and then we would get a JSON file that we would just list out all of the skeletons, and using that, this is how I made the compile thing. Okay, so I am thinking that I'll write the code again because why not? So here, yeah, so here is where I would want to do it. I would want to do a binary file here. Inside of tools. And yeah, okay, so let's just try this. I'm just gonna make a new Python file, and I'm gonna do parse data validation.py. So I am making this is a flat list of bat files and Python files for a reason. We have this structured in a much better way in a different place, but we are focused. So we're doing some rapid prototyping right now. So so what I want to do here. Yeah, okay. So this is the thing that I've been struggling with a little bit. I'm gonna first see if any of this takes in an input. Let's see some of the code that I wrote. Not this one, because this is terrible. We don't want to use click just yet. There's a build game probably. Yeah, here we go. This is what I wanted. So I'm gonna take in a path to the station, and I'm just going to print. This is going to be a file. I'm going to do f equals open path to data validation. Well, I'm just gonna print this to begin with, path to data validation. Okay, so now I have my my awesome Python tool here. I'm gonna make a new Python binary. I'm gonna call it parse data validation, and it's gonna be the same here. And I built this tools Okay, so this is where I'm interested in kind of expanding and figuring something out. I would love to be able to pass in to this the resulting files from another step. So let's see. So I know that I can do daps equals, and then I can do tools, no, project. The dependency isn't really pretty here, but I'm gonna do project on game and build. So I want this to be a dependency here. Okay. So okay, so in depth, okay. Error. Okay, does not have the mandatory providers pi or pi info since okay. So I guess I can only the dependencies here can only be the right, can probably only be Python executables or PyInfo, so that makes sense. So this is not going to work. So what I want to do is what do I want to do? I want the output of my other thing. I want that to feed into this tool here. So I can probably do this with a new custom rule. That's probably what I'm supposed to do. I'm probably supposed to make a binary here. And then I'm supposed to feed in the other thing. Yeah, let's just try this. So let's go into bazel rules. Let's call this the content rules. And I'm going to make a new rule that's going to be called, yeah, so I'm dangerously close to having already done this. So yeah. So it looks like I've already done this. So get project overview is what I want to do. I want to define an output file, project overview.json. I want an input file, and the input file is going to be the files that are, it's just like the single file that comes in here, and then I run my build tool here, and it has two arguments, the input path and the output path. That makes sense, and it returns the output files. Okay, so all we would have to do here is the build tool is coming from tools, and what do we call our build tool? Here we go, and then we are going to make this in the build file in the project, not the tools. So we do it like this, and it needs the project folder name and the project overview file. So the project overview, no, I'm here. So it doesn't need, it just needs the dependencies, which is nothing. Or is it? No, dependencies is going to be, yeah, okay. So it needs the, so it's going to be name equals, I'm not doing inject, I'm doing get project overview. And I need to import that into here. This is going to be Unreal content tools, I guess. Content rules. And what I want to use here is called get project overview. So if I get this working, I promise I'm gonna fix all of these names and all of that. Just want to make sure that I get this working, and just trying to remember what I'd already done. So we want to do get project overview. That's going to be name called get project overview. That equals this. Here we go. And I think this is it. This is what the lint tool does for me if I just would install it. So okay, now we're gonna run tools. So it's not gonna be tools. This is inside of the project. So I'm gonna do project dash project dawn game semicolon and like so. Okay, so get project overview is not declared in the package because of what? Get project overview. Am I doing this incorrectly? So project get project on game. Project on game. That's the one, right? Save. BGPP. Knows its target. So it's root project dawn game. The overview. So this works, right? No. Okay. So this is because this is a build file. Everything is correct. So we do root. Build project on game. Let's do all. Okay, right. So so there's a syntax error here somewhere. There's a comma here. Tools. This is just get rid of this for a little bit and let's see what happens. Yep. So it's here. So we call get. So we do name. Yeah, here we go. I just didn't see it. Name and just talking about the linter and how that would have saved like all of this. Okay, so right. So this is probably because we need to do something like this maybe. Okay, so invalid label. Okay, so this is correct. We do it like this. Okay, so every rule of type get project over implicitly depends on a target. Convert echo to JSON, something to JSON. So get overview, go into the rules. Yeah. So let's just remove this default. Now, okay, so this is pointing the root. We're gonna do tools. Didn't I? Yeah, okay, so I put this in the wrong spot. This is gonna cause problems later. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so it's actually running. All right, so it doesn't create what I needed it to create, which is fine. But that makes sense. So it's because the Python file, so we are, let's take a look at this here. So we give this, the Python file itself gets an input and an output. And this one is the output file. And if we just do f equals open output file and we write it, f dot write, this should be written to disk. Okay, let's see if this does anything. So we built the tool again. This is very interesting. Okay, so now it created the, so we did write the file, the output file here. So then this works. And let's take a look at, I think it goes in here and here, probably here. Content, no, I wonder where it goes. So it's called, so it's called data validation. So I'm gonna do basilisk clean to get rid of all of this stuff, and I'm gonna go and run only my build step here. No, not this one. It's under tools, project on here, and call it get overview. So now, because I did clean, it's gonna regenerate everything, and it's gonna do the 20-minute one or the 5-minute one again. All right. So so I'm not gonna do this session any longer today. I'm gonna go get lunch, but hopefully I can jump in. Like once I figure this out, I'm probably gonna make a video showing this off because this has a lot of potential that I'm really excited about. But yeah, that's it.